Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I met a few British people, men and women, Scots, Irish, Welsh, and English, and they were all way above average intelligence and knowledge. I have a great respect for their culture, and why not? And my direct experience with English, or as I said, Irish, Scot, and Welsh was 100% great. You could talk to them, you could enjoy a good laugh. They had a certain kind of sense of humor that I loved, and especially an English friend of mine. And I'm surprised when I read or I watch their BBC or whatever they got over there, media outlets, the Telegraph, and I read their articles and thinking, where are those guys that I met? Because these are, I don't know what's going on, and these are not 17, 18, 19 to say, well, they're, not, they haven't been around the block yet, not very, mature. You try to find an escape for them, a justification for why they are like that. But this is a guy working for the Telegraph, and it looks very mature to me. So he should have been around the block, which tells me he's either a weasel or he's still like he is, or both. Let's see. The Telegraph. Putin's Russia is now practically defenseless. This story is by Mr. Khan. Yeah, Khan job. Yeah, Colin. I had a picture of this guy. I saw it somewhere on, and I cannot let it without showing it to you. But I will find this guy. I tell you that. Let me just maybe like that, and right here the Telegraph. And I know I saw his face right on it. Oh, there he is. This is the guy. Right? So he's not right here. He's not a 20-year-old guy. I don't insult him or anything. Right here. He seems to be gray hair, and I don't want to go further than that. But anyway, he's a defense editor and author of several books on the Middle East, as well as Churchill's First War. Well, for the Churchill, I send you to someone else. Young Winston, blah, 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 blah. He also writes for the Wall Street Journal and the Atlantic Monthly. He is an intelligent guy. So what's wrong with him? Anyway, so he says, Putin's Russia, that's a general, the whole Russia, is now practically, as evidence, defenseless. How can you make such a statement? So the whole Russia is practically, in reality, defenseless. And I know exactly what he's going to say. Let's see. One of the primary justifications Vladimir Putin gave for launching his so-called special military operation in Ukraine was to secure the borders of Mother Russia. Obviously, he mocks them right here when he says Mother Russia. Right here. He's mocking them. So, okay, no problem. You can have a sense of humor if you use it on all sides. Otherwise, you're a weasel. According to the Russian president's twisted worldview, again, it's already strike two at least, okay? I would say the first one was Russia, entire Russia. Secondly, defenseless. So that's strike one, strike two. So of Mother Russia, mocks it, strike three. Twisted worldview, strike four. In how many lines? 1, 2, 3, and the title. Mr. Kogan, Khan artist, is not good. The country was at risk from NATO insatiable appetite to expand its influence into the territory Moscow historically regarded as falling under its own sphere of influence. In this context, Ukraine was seen as being especially problematic. So now the problem here is the attack on the Belgorod region. This is what his problem is, which in reality was a mistake. Not a mistake, a failure, that's the word, a failure. Alright, we got a Russian dictator. It will therefore be a matter of great concern for the Russian dictator, he was elected, Kogan, anyway, that having failed miserably, this guy is unbelievable, to achieve his military goals in Ukraine, he now finds himself in the invidious position where his own country, all of it, is the target of a special military operation of a different sort, one where a group of well-armed insurgents seems to have succeeded in attacking the Belgorod border region. Correct. That's correct. That's correct. All right. So here he's gonna make a claim that, hey, you see, you lost over there in Belgorod. Russia is defenseless. Now this is like I would tell you. You go and take a shower, and after you come out, I say, hey, Mike, you're dirty. And you say, I just came out of the shower. And say, yeah, but you see, over there, it's a little bit of something that I guarantee you, or over there, you didn't clean. So you, because of that, the whole thing, I say you're dirty. So if you look on the map in Russia, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure what happened in Belgorod could have happened somewhere else. Okay, I'm not an idiot. Or maybe I am, but anyway, let's get going. So that could have happened in other areas. I'm pretty sure it could have happened. Why? Because it's such a big border, you can't have everywhere one person and do something about it. It is true that that border was with Ukraine, where you have a war. I think that was a big failure coming from the Russians. But the Russians, according to them, follow them, and then they are done. Or at least some of them. So anyway, but to claim that Russia in its entirety, because when you say Russia, you could say, well, parts of Russia are undefensible or something like that. And then it's not necessary to tell you, point out those strikes of this con artist. So it's like I would say, maybe even more, United States is defenseless. And you say, how come? People that you don't know who they are, they enter this country at will in the southern border. Do you think that if those guys over there would come with some trucks and go into a nearby village in United States of America, they could not do whatever they want? I guarantee you that's possible. I mean, these guys walk with tens of thousands over the border of the United States. People, they could walk with arms, with weapons, with cars, with trucks. Then they go to a city over there or two little towns and do like this with the town. And then is Mr. Con Artist going to say the same thing? I mean, we've got the 3,000 mile long border. I don't know if you ever traveled around along the border of the United States with Mexico. I did. And you could, there are certain things that really are undefensible. So yeah, I can use the same thing with Canada. Some people can go from the United States, enter Canada, and do the same thing. I mean, you can't have it like a security state unless you're a very small country. Let me tell you this. If you are, let's say, in... what example to give you now to be a little bit fair here? Because I can give you Romania and Hungary, or Hungary and, let's say, Czech Republic and Germany, or Poland and Germany. They have borders, but they just cross them as they cross it. I don't think they still have the border, like it used to be, with border guards over there and dogs and all that. I think that's not it. It's just the border crossing. If they just want to stop you or not, you just cross from one side to another. But it happened like that, and then you say, oh, it's borderless, it's defenseless. But the way this weasel makes the point is like this, which I found here in this country, United States of America, the greatest country in the world that is going down. That's what bothers me. And it's going down really fast. Ideologically and culturally and in many aspects. This is what I learned in college here in the United States of America, in a university, right? I went over there and I said, well, this is, all humans are bipeds. They walk on two limbs. And people said, that's not true, I've been told. What? That's not true. You know why? Because there are some humans who don't walk on two legs. They walk on four legs. I said, but that just reinforces the general rule, that we're talking about. No, but you can't say that way. So they used a little particular, abnormal situation, or even, out of the ordinary, to say that the rule is not valid. When I heard that, I was like, this is idiotic. I heard professors with PhDs saying that, and colleagues of mine and assistant professors. And I was like, not only one time. Why? Because they were trying to change the whole thing. Like, oh no, that's not a free country here because you see, you have this, you can't do this. That's true, but if you put it in the context of absolute, it is true. It's not a free country compared with the absolute, with the ideal. But we're not children here. We deal with humans which are very much imperfect. Sorry, religion, but we are very much imperfect, okay? We're not the best around us, okay? Around this universe, I think. We are good, but we are also bad. Very bad. So they make, destroy a certain kind of, this is a rule, no, it's not the rule anymore. Why? Because you have that little thing, you're still dirty over there, so that means you're dirty. So that changes everything? Yes. So this is how they try to do it, and this guy does the same thing. He has gray hair. So he's not one that was educated, 3 years ago, came out of a US college or British college to be indoctrinated with all that BS. He either was like this from the very beginning, and he has a very big animosity towards certain kind of people, of certain kind of value and quality, therefore he works, or he's a weasel who says, this is the way I'm doing my job and getting my money, I'm going to continue doing it, screw all of you, I don't care about England or whatever and anybody else, I want to get my money, I die, and you. Basically, or he is really, that's the way he is. That's the way he is. I don't know. It can't be. You can't reason like that. Did you see? He wrote books. He writes for Wall Street Journal as well. Writes for Telegraph. He's got gray hair. He's not an idiot, obviously. Or he was promoted by certain interest to tell us that. Well, what can I say, my friends? We have to deal with these kind of things, and I have to deal with people like us. The problem is, if you think it's going to be a civilized, like it used to be, just a debate and the truth would come up, and after the debate, I find something from you, I find out, I learned something from you, you learned something from me, therefore we bring and we see and get closer to the truth, therefore we understand what the hell is going on, instead of me cutting your legs off, you cut my legs off, and then whoever is still standing is going to be on one leg going like this instead of, you know what I mean? This is where we're going. And if they allow you to debate or have free expression and free speech, before you get there, they will try to shut you up, calling you names, or not promote you, hiding you somewhere. Nobody can hear you. They're going to hear about what? Con artist, this guy, books and all that. And this guy made a career at the Telegraph. At the Telegraph. It wasn't like Tsupakapa Fakaloco media outlet, alright? Unbelievable. Anyway, I could not, when I see this kind of absolute terms, Putin's Russia is now practically defenseless. For what one situation? Do you take anything into consideration? What the hell? Where are you? What the hell are you talking about? Well, I know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Well, anyway, I thought I should just bring it up to you, and you can see Mr. Con artist Konglin doing his job. And he's been doing his job for a long time. Imagine how many things this guy said that we were unaware of. That he's an... Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.